Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you my new witchy room in the house that we just moved into. It's still not completely finished, but it's getting there. I'm missing a lot of things from my last room because when I had my breakup with Lily's father, he threw away a lot of my stuff. So I'm having to kind of rebuild from the ground up, so to speak. Again with some things, but I did retain some of my most important things, like all my herbs. Over here we have my bookshelf of herbs, row upon row upon row of different kinds of herbs. This bottom shelf is all incense and powders and various things. Like, let's see, what do we have in here? Here's some snake skin. We have some protection powder, a bunch of my mixes for the different Sabbats and stuff. I keep them all in bags because I make so many of them and sometimes they vary. Here is a bottle of my Loki incense, which smells awesome, by the way. And if anybody would like the recipe, I'd be more than happy to share it with them. I even have some goofer dust in the back that you can really see because it's really dark down here. But I still have all of this. My top shelf is all my extra stuff, like my to make my bath and beauty and whatnot. My sea salt, my oats. This is corn. My brand's not working. Excuse me. More salt. We've got some Epsom salt back there. Cornstarch, that's what that is. Sorry. Corn. All of my oils got destroyed when I moved out of his house, so I'm starting again. This is a fresh batch of original oil of a Bremlin over here. On top of the bookshelf we have some odds and ends, my little fairy birdhouse, dragon, some leftover candles. Over here is my crafting desk. It has a little bit of everything. It's kind of piled high. But here are my drawers that have all my ribbons and yarn and knickknacks and odds and ends. This is full of my acrylic paint and my watercolors. This has all of my sewing stuff. The sewing machine is actually not in this room, which it probably should be. Over here is more stuff to make bath and body stuff. I've got some beeswax from Mountain Rose Herbs, which is awesome. If you guys need your stuff, get it from there. Big thing of coconut oil right here, more cornstarch, more oats. Here's various coloring utensils, mostly colored pencils. Inside my lovely little chair is where I house what's left of my divinatory cards, because as you guys know, I'm not sure if it was in the last video, but I had tons and tons of cards. It's one of my collections, that and pendulums, all of which are gone as well. But this is what's left of a couple of my tarot card sets and some oracle decks. My other deck is up here. I'll make a later video and show you guys the different decks that I have too if you're interested. Over here we have the altar, which is still set up for Ostara in spring. I'll change it again once Beltane gets closer. Here we have my little mini altar to Loki and Hela. As you can see, there's my little Loki face that I made, a skull for Hela. These little, actually chess pieces I found at the thrift store for Hela and Loki. The dog, as well as some wolves, but I'm using them as foxes. We've got Fenrir up here. And down here we have the wand and my Yggdrasil plaque that I wood burned. I don't know if you can really see it. I wood burned and painted it, as well as a little teacup full of candy as offerings to Loki. Back here we have all of my various altar cloths. I figured have them all easily accessible. Here's a better shot of the altar. We've got my little fox on it. My Pan statue that was actually a devil statue that I got at the Dollar Tree and I repainted it. Why not repurpose? My goat that I also repainted. It was just a little kid's toy, but I like the green to blue transition. dragons. I love dragons. Lots of amethyst. My goddess dish. More amethyst. Some foxes. This is my Hecate necklace that I actually made to wear in my my hand fasting a few years ago. I'm not with the same guy, sadly, but it was for a good reason that we broke up. Back here we've got my goddess candle and my candle for the horn god. This is actually a smoking pipe that does not smoke very well. Back here in this little wing dish is more Loki incense. Here's some paintings, drawings, things like that I've done. My god and goddess yarn dolls. This is a Hecate statue that I made. And over here you can't really see it. This will be sideways now that I've done this. But this is my besom. Let me see if I can pull it out without making a mess. This is the besom. From time to time I redo the handle, but it's been like this for a while, and I like the earthy tones. Over here I had a lack of storage space in this room, so I took some boxes and I taped them all together and covered them in brown paper and made a nice little storage space for stuff. Up here are all my little bottles for little incenses, oils, things like that I could take with me. And then in here are all of my oils. Some of them are good essential oils, more Mountain Rose. Some of them are just fragrance oils. Same things for what goes on in here. More oils. More oils just packed all over the place. Some mini drams, some full bottles. It just depends on what I needed them for. Most of them are used in spell work and putting into my own oils and incense and stuff like that, but occasionally I do use them for aromatherapy. Like when I was pregnant, it was a big help. More decorations on top of the other bookshelf. This shelf is still being worked on. As you can see, it's got some empty spaces. I'm not quite sure what I'm wanting to put and how to rearrange stuff. Up here are my jars of crystals. Maybe you can really see it. They're all color coordinated because it makes them easier for me to find them based on spells and rituals. I know what is where and whatnot. These are all my green ones. More amethyst. Amethyst is everywhere. It is always everywhere. A big quartz chunk. There's a drawing of Hecate. This is just some random stuff on here. All of my witchy magazines and herbal remedy magazines and stuff like that I put here. Down here are larger bottles and candle holders, as well as some Mod Podge luminaries that I made for Beltane a few years back. These are bottles of moon water. I religiously make moon water all the time. More doodads on the wall. I like to decorate my wall. Over here we have my bookshelf. Got my rune poster and my moon goddesses poster. I think in here was incense that I was making for prosperity. It was actually what the candle was on the altar. It was a prosperity ritual I was doing. After my last video, I figured I might as well take my own advice and do one for myself. My Athame, I don't know why it's sitting there, honestly. Here are all of my books. I did have more, but sadly, in that same move with the ex, I lost some of my good ones. I've been collecting them for a long time. Over here are my Book of Shadows, which is a work in progress. I had to break it down because I realized that I had not gone through my Book of Shadows and pulled out outdated information in like, oh my god, probably close to 10 years. It's been a really long time. Some extra books that I use more regularly and want to have easy access to, I threw in this shelf, as well as a Bible. It doesn't hurt to have a Bible. And my own personal spell books and stuff. That's actually what this is right here, is going to be a spell book. And then I have my trunk, and this is the trunk of goodies. This is where all the extra stuff goes that doesn't have a place on the altar or in the room. So let me take this stuff off of here and I'll show you what's on the inside of that. My basket of dragons. Okay. If I can get it open. 1 second. Okay. The top is all candles. All candles. From tea lights to tapers to votives, and then this whole side is incense. Incense upon incense upon incense upon incense. That's another thing that I collect. Tons and tons of incense because I love things to smell good, and it really gets me in a good headspace for ritual and spell work and meditation, especially meditation. Smell is a very big thing for me. So let me pull this top part out and I'll show you what's on the inside. Here's all the extra goodies on the inside. Oh, Lily stuck one of her angel cards in here. Probably has some meaning behind it. Here is a little poppet I was working on. He only has one arm so far. I've got a drum, some odds and ends, extra cauldrons. I've got some Florida water, tons of mojo bags that I make for various knick-knacky doodads, apple slices for Beltane, spell paper that I dyed, devil's traps from Supernatural. I know that it's a TV show, but these actually work really well. I like the design. I actually have it tattooed on my arm, and I make them for protection all over the place. So that's mostly what's in this trunk. One of my favorite wands that I've made. I like things to be as handmade as I can possibly make them. And then here's the last wall. More random bottles and some knickknackies. This is actually a big Rubbermaid that's got a bunch of stuff in it, but I turned it into a nice cushy seat for people to be comfortable on when they're in the room. And on this wall I've got one of my Loki paintings, my other Loki painting, and Hermes. Hecate is supposed to go on the opposite side, but sadly I can't find the painting. I have no idea where it is, and I've been looking for it all over the place, and I guess there's a reason I can't find it, because I think that's her telling me I need to paint one of Hela instead and put it up on the wall. And here's the other wall. That's a painting of Gabriel. The Marauders map. Just some random things. I'm hoping to add more in here soon and get it really going and flowing and whatnot in here. But so far, this is what I have. If anybody is interested in seeing any more of what I have, please let me know, and I will be glad to do a more in-depth video on certain things. So until then, blessed be.